Pronouns. What are they? Why do we need them? How many are there? What kinds are there? If you're not sure about any of these questions, stay tuned because I'm going to get into this right after the intro. Hey guys, Mr. Finn here once again to help you out with some English. Now, pronouns are actually something very important in the English language. In fact, in any language. And there are quite a few different kinds of pronouns that I'm going to explain in a series of videos. We got subject pronouns, object pronouns, indefinite pronouns, possessive pronouns, and with the possessive pronouns come possessive adjectives, which I'll have to explain together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this into 3 different videos. Today, I'm going to talk about subject and object pronouns. What are they? Well, to simplify this, pronouns are needed to substitute nouns. Okay? When it comes to using or when it comes to speaking and or writing, you don't want to always keep repeating the noun that you're using. So you substitute it for pronouns. So I is referring to this person, me. And look at that. I have 2 pronouns right there. I, the subject, and me, the object. Now, Mr. Finn, which is my name, if I were to substitute the noun Mr. Finn, which pronoun would I use? That's right. He. Mr. Finn, he. Okay? So let's look at this quickly and in a very simplified term. Every sentence has to have a subject and a verb. Okay? That is essential for any sentence. Subject and a verb. If you want to make a clear sentence, then you'll have an object pronoun or an object. So, for example, let's think of a basic sentence. I like pizza. So, we have the subject, I, we have the verb, like, and we have the object, pizza. You see, it's not necessarily an object pronoun, but it's the object of the sentence, pizza. Okay? Now, how does this work? What is the difference between the subject and object pronouns? Well, let's look at this. What are the subject pronouns? Okay? Well, in standard modern English, the subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, you, again, for plural, we, and they. Okay? And these subject pronouns are divided in the first person, which would be I, the second person, which would be you, second person singular, which would be you, second person plural, we, which would be first person plural, and they, second person plural. And then he, she, it is third person. All right? Now, for each one of these pronouns, we have a corresponding object pronoun. Okay? So, for the subject pronoun I, the object pronoun is me. For you, it is you. How about for he? Him. She, her. It, it. You. We, our, and they, them. Okay? So, for most of you in my audience, these words probably aren't new to you. You probably know these words. But, unfortunately, some people confuse them and how to use them in a sentence. And that is what I want to get into right now. And I could simplify this. Basically, the thing that you need to remember is that the subject is what does the action. The subject is what does the verb. So, it's going to come before the verb. As the example I gave, I like. I being the subject, verb being the like. So, if the subject is doing the action, then the action is towards the object. So in the example I gave, I like pizza, I being the subject, like being the verb, and pizza is being the object. Now, let's do this using the object pronouns. Now, which object pronoun will I use to substitute pizza? I hope you said it, because it refers to things, objects, things, animals, even people. If you don't know specifically who the person is, if it's a male, female, who is it? Or you look at a baby, what is it? A boy or a girl? Do you understand? So, I like pizza, or I'm looking at it and I say, hey, I like it. See how that works? Did that make sense? And this works for all the subject and all the object pronouns, okay? We are looking at them. See, this was a little bit more of a complex sentence. We have we plus the present continuous. We are looking at, so we have the preposition. And now, who is receiving? Who is the verb directed to? It's directed to them. Does that make sense? Wonderful. All right, let me be a little clear about a few things when it comes to pronouns, but subject and object. So as I said, it, both subject and object, refers to things in the singular. This camera, it. This shirt, it. My cell phone, it. This bird, it. This tree, it. Okay. Same thing with they and them. Okay. The trees, they are everywhere. You see, everyone understands that they is used for people in the plural, but it's also used for objects and things. The dogs, they are there. Their cars, they're there. Okay? And the same thing with them. The trees are there. We have to protect them. The dogs are hungry. We have to what? Feed them. You see that? And that's how we use pronouns. That's how we use the subject pronouns, and that's how we use the object pronouns, and that's how we use them together. You have to remember, the subject does the verb, subject does the action, and the object is where the action is directed to. Okay? Wonderful. Guys, make sure you practice your English. That is the most important thing. If this was helpful to you, make sure you click on one of these other videos here. I'm Mr. Finn, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bam!